Hi everybody, it's Amanda here with Pain to Purpose Coaching. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about racial wounds healing. So, a little bit of background about myself. I am a metaphysical coach. I'm also a soul realignment practitioner, and I do Akashic Records and past lives reading, soul realignment healing. And it occurred to me after looking around and having a lot of experiences with this is that we are in really desperate need of racial wounds healing. So much so, very much. And the thing is that I know a lot of people would look at me and say, well, why come you doing it? You don't look black to me. Well, the DNA doesn't lie. There's actually, non-white people in my lineage. And, something else is that it's a common, pretty well-known fact that if you've ever done any Akashic Records work, you know that you are not the same race, you're not the same gender, and you are not the same nationality or any of that from lifetime to lifetime. You're just not. The soul craves variety, and the soul loves different experiences, and the soul has many different incarnations. We all have incarnated many times, most of us, unless you're a new soul. You're incarnating for the first time. So what's amazing to me is that we now know, scientists have done studies, and we now know that from race to race, there's only a 2%, it's actually slightly less than 2% difference between one race and another. Another thing is that we all have we all are carrying around in our current avatar, we're carrying around up to 7 lifetimes of epigenetic data in our cells. And it just blows my mind. I know people who are so successful, and all at once they'll just have a bad day where they're really sensitive, or they're feeling down, and they're just like, really depressed, and just like somebody casts a dark shadow over them and things like that. And they don't understand why. And it's because that they have these other energies around and in their DNA, or so to speak, or in their genetic material, and in their the energy of let me say it this way, in the energy of their cells is why. And those things have not been healed or cleared. A lot of the world used to be a real nasty place. I know things are tough now, but we should be grateful that we're not still living in times like we used to, where it was literally survival, life or death every single day. And we need to be grateful for that, and a lot of us have had to do things to survive. And we have had these wounds, these really deep traumatic wounds, and these really deep things that we've had to do that may have brought negative karma onto us just to survive. So with that said, all of us are deserving of doing the work to clear these things, because we all deserve to have peace and harmony. And sometimes, you just be mad, like if nobody ever did anything to you and you're just pissed at, just mad, just resentful. I've never had a white person do anything to me. I just hate them. They were programmed to hate them. They were told to hate them, maybe, or in this lifetime, or maybe they were, something did happen to them traumatically a long time ago. But you've got white people in the incarnations now is white in white avatars, and they experience the same thing, or they really identify and empathize with, black people and different races, and, the apartheid, and, the Holocaust, and, slavery here in the United States, and slavery to this day, in the Congo right now drives me insane. And I talk about it all the time. Don't buy the electric cars, people. Stop buying so many cell phones every time a new one comes out. Make them last. And it's because I'm just, I've got wounds. I have as I go back in my Akashic records and look, I've come from other places. I've been in different incarnations, and I'm sensitive to these things. It hurts me and it makes me angry. And, a lot of people will say that they are very, they're against racism, but they're not. They post and they hate on another race all the time. I used to listen to satellite radio like Sirius XM, and some of those stations I'd listen to, it was whitey this and whitey that and all this stuff. And I'm just like, it's just spewing hate. It's just spewing, because you were probably white in the last lifetime and you don't even realize it. It doesn't make any sense for us to have resentment, anger, disharmony, discord, hatred, and all of this animosity towards each other based on a damn label. That's all it is. It's just a damn label. And the labels, as soon as we're born, we come out and they slap a label on us. They tell us, you've got to be this race. You've got to be this name. You've got to be this religion. You got to be from this country, this place with this creed, and act like this, and live according to code, and all that stuff. And it's a bunch of shit. You ain't got to do none of that. You don't have to do none of it. And if anybody mistreats you because of it, then that's on them. But we don't have to live like this. We really don't. We don't have to live like that if we start looking at everybody like they are a soul. And the only way to get over what's happened, I'm telling you, we can't ever get it back. We can't go back to the past and rewrite it. And we can't do it like that this time. The planet has shifted. The vibe is different. There is no getting it back or getting repaid. There is none of that. So what we got to do is start with a clean slate. And the only way to have a clean slate is to come in and do the work. And to get rid of all that shit. That's the only way. And I'm just really passionate about this because there's so many people out there walking around hating everybody and angry at different races and different cultures for what? Something that didn't even happen to you. But I get it. I'm not telling you ain't allowed to feel how you feel, because I know that in your cells, you've got wounds there. You've got wounds in your cells. You've got, those energies are still there. So, if y'all are walking around telling people, well, I don't know why they're mad. It didn't happen in their lifetime. Slavery wasn't in their lifetime. And I don't know why. You don't get it. Stop saying that stuff. Stop it. But the thing is that people are feeling it and they are dealing with it. They don't even realize it either. They just know they don't like white people and they don't know why. Even though a white person never really done anything to them, or unless they were told and programmed by their family, hey, watch out for those people. They're awful. And just passing down the damage, right? That's not a good thing. We will never have world peace, but we can have harmony, which means, all of us looking at each other like we're a soul and like we're an important being, and getting away from the labels. The labels, the powers that were, put these labels in place on purpose because they know it creates divide. We were labeled with different DNA to be different colors and shapes because they did not want us to, get along. Divide and conquer. War equals money and power. It never solves a dispute. Nobody ever wins, but it sure does generate a shit ton of money. And it gives the people who are not involved in it power. So it's just something to really think about. Everybody deserves to have peace in themselves, and everybody deserves to be who they are, which is not your avatar. It's not what your body looks like. Some people walking around like that 2% difference in genetics, is everything. I only hang out with this kind of people. I only listen to this kind of music. You're segregating yourself. We'll never have harmony or equality if we don't get away from this stuff. We have to do the healing. And the only way to do that is at soul level, and that's through the Akashic Records and soul realignment. So if anything that I'm saying to you, and I know some of y'all are like, why are you talking about this? You don't look white, or you don't look black. Why come you talking about this? Because of some stuff that's happened to me. I have experienced racial wounds. I have. Not only was I not even accepted in my own family of origin or in my own town growing up, or, people that I thought would, I had an identity crisis because nobody ever accepted me. And when I got older, the people that did accept me were black people and people from other countries that were immigrants and people who looked different. They accepted me, and it felt good. And so I started gravitating towards that. But here's the thing, I'm a contrast person. I like differences. I appreciate people's differences. I'm okay if somebody's not just like me. I enjoy it if they are or they're not. That's contrast. I like it. And I just really appreciate people and, and who they really are at soul level. And that is not just your avatar. So we got to be able to start looking past that stuff and getting away from the labels. Oh, your religion's better than mine, or my religion's better than yours. Yeah, I'm Baptist and you're Church of God, and y'all just ain't as good as us, and all this stuff. All the competition, all of this just label, the polytricks and everything. It's we got to stop. It's just not working. It'll never work. It'll never work. Ever. So, I don't know about y'all, but I'm all about solutions, not problems. And when I find a solution, I'm ready to apply it. And if those of you are tired of living this way and you're really wanting to start making a change in the world, we got to start with you. We got to start with you. And you got to be the change that you're wanting to see in the world. And, I hope this offers hope to some of you that this work I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but it's well worth it. And you're so, so deserving of it. You're so worthy. And I hope that you will DM me if you've got any questions, or write to me. I actually do a one-time free confidential, coaching's always confidential, a free one-time one-on-one session to see if we're a good fit to work together. And if we are, you can sign up. I've got several different things to choose from, and just contact me. Just write me if you've got any questions or anything. But we got to start creating harmony with each other instead of focusing on the differences and this divide and conquer tactics that we've been living under for thousands of years that just ain't working anymore. It gives power to somebody else instead of us being empowered. And that's what I want to do. I want to empower people. Yeah. To be authentic and be happy and have some joy and enjoy everything and everybody. Let's enjoy our experience here. It shouldn't be shitty and hard and ugly and painful like this. It doesn't have to be this bad. So the less we label and the more we focus on our similarities, the better off we are. So I love you all. And I will talk to you next time. Namaste.